Hey, old Binks here. It's time for a new game, Nubby's Number Factory. If you've never played or seen this game before, it is a Plinko-style roguelite where you're trying to hit pegs to score points, and then the points kind of accelerate rapidly, get higher and higher and higher, and you have to find different perks and items to help you accelerate your score to keep up. Otherwise, the freaking sun will explode, and nobody wants that. So I'm going to try and explain how this goes on a normal run. So you start and you have these pegs, and you get to aim where you're going to shoot. You have 5 lives up at the top right, and then you have your gold on the left. Every time you clear a round, you get 1 gold, but if you can double, triple, quadruple, sometimes up to 999 times the score, you're actually able to get additional coins, which helps you get more items, which helps you accelerate your growth, and so on. So let's get started here. So we do get a 2x to start. That's always what you want to see. And you do get a reshuffle once per life to try and aim for the higher pegs to get more points. Got another 2x. That's really good. You want to get some early 2x's to make sure that your coins are being taken care of. We get a 3x. Dude, we're rolling. We're going to have a lot of money when we go to this first shop. That's really, really awesome. But the items are really where everything kind of comes together. Trying to figure out items that can work together, things that can double pegs, things that can expand your score, different things like that. So we have 11 here. In the shop, you can buy items. You can freeze 1 item. You can reroll for free once. Then you can also expand the item shop. And when you get the item shop expanded to 3, you also get access to the Nubby Cafe, which can be really good. So early on, I just like to grab things that I can kind of know will give me additional points. So one of those is the finger puppet. So every time Nubby bounces, it gets points, and then that accelerates. That's going to fall off really early, but I think it's decent for right now. Dancing Dino is pretty good too, as like a doubler. Dancing Dino is like a chance to double peg and chance to half pegs. It looks like it's like even, but like math-wise, it's actually better to have 1 random double and 1 random halve. So let's re-roll and see if we get anything else. Okay, we find the jacks. This only goes if you pass the round or the round goal, but I think we will still take it. It's nice to get your board kind of filled out early. Let's take a roll here. With the finger puppets, we want to make sure that we get a lot of bounces in, as many as possible. Ah, look at us go there, a 4x right off the bat. We'll roll. We'll just try and bounce this up and try and get as many bounces as we can. Ooh, and it does not go anywhere. That's not fun. You're gonna lose some lives early. There are actually some challenges where you like can't lose any lives, which are really scary. Okay, we gotta get more points than this before we get to the next round. This actually looks like a pretty nice setup here. Okay, nice 3x. And then we get our perk. So every 1 second we can force trigger a random item. Force triggering is really important. All the items will have triggers such as round goal pass or Nubby bounces, but force triggering just forces the trigger of that. So force triggering is really good if there's like a trigger that's really hard to get, and just like you want to stack up as many force triggers as you possibly can in general. Let's just take the chaotic perk. Chaotic perk is just generally pretty good. We're just going to get some random hits on one of our items. It can help us really well get to another 4x there. Very exciting. And back to the shop. So we're almost at the point where we can expand the Nubby Mart, but I think we just keep trying to improve our general score. So happy skill. First peg popped. 2 random pegs get smacked. When smacked, it counts as that pegs have trigger. Having and doubling pegs are a lot of different triggers that you can have in this game. So crazy straw, you summon straws, then every time I jumble, it gets stronger. And then when a peg is halved, 25% chance to double 1 random peg. So that could be really good with Happy Seal. I wonder if we just take both of these and get like a little bit of synergy going here. Because I think doubling is one of the most important things. Now we're only going to get 2 triggers. This might slow us down a little bit in the interim, but I think for the long term that could be really good. Okay. Need a bounce here. Let's just kind of go straight ahead. Okay, so do you see these doubles that we're getting? Very exciting. We want to improve this chance. I think if you get to the rare version of the item, you get an improved chance. This is not a good setup at all, for the record. looks like we ended up doing okay there. Sneaky snipers. Every once in a while I get a special round that's actually easier. So this will pop the highest pop peg when popped, but not pop itself. So we know we can hit the 256 by doing this. And maybe we land down there as well. Nice little 2x. Let's roll. And we want to... Ooh, that was not good. We want to try and get as many bounces as possible still for our finger puppet. Very nice play here. 6x, 7x. Huge. Okay, we're definitely going to pop the Nubby's Cafe next time we get the chance. That opens up just a lot of different options for making money and different things like that. Once you have the opportunity to do it, it's pretty good. Okay, this is another interesting part. This is the grab-a-thon. So there's this key here. This will give us access to the secret shop, where you can find incredibly powerful items. Which is probably where we're going to go with this. That's kind of like where you find most of your, like, run-defining items, it feels like. I'm going to take another shot at this. Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like our shot was just a little bit unlucky, the first one. And a nice 2x there. This is a fine setup. Obviously, you'd like to be able to hit the 500, but... Man, if we had gotten that 500, that was going to be really strong. All right, another sneaky snipers. Let's roll. We want a nicer, cleaner bottom setup here. Get to the snipers. Pop these big ones. Nice. 3x? Nice. Huge. Okay. Let's just try and huck this into the middle. Nice. The doubling is working, man. The smacking's working, the doubling's doing something. Once we get more peg half triggers and stuff like that. Alright, let's check out our secret shop, see what we got. So we have the pointer. Peg fully popped. Marks a random peg. When that peg is marked, all pegs that have the same number will be doubled. No pegs have the same number as the marked peg. A random peg will be doubled. Okay? Every 1.5 seconds, the lowest number peg becomes a copy of the highest number peg. That seems crazy. And wingless fly. First peg pops. The first peg pops is the highest number peg. Multiply total score by 200. I think we have to take King Baby. This is rare. I don't think I've ever seen this one before. So just every 1.5 seconds, this will become the lowest peg will turn into the highest peg. I think that that's just going to be crazy, and especially because doubling is so strong in this in this game. So now we just got like a random 24 or like 1,000 that landed up at the top. Okay, it's not working right now, but just you wait. This is exactly what you want to see in this game. You want to see things doubling. You want things doubling kind of out of control. So if you get double pegs and then the highest peg copies, then we're going to be at a really good spot. Okay, I forget what this one does, and then I didn't read it. Which is that's on me, honestly. All things considered, that is on me at the end of the day. Oh, Peggy died, man. Or Nubby died. How unfortunate. Okay, so mystery box. If slot 1 is empty, a random item from Nubby Mart will appear. Or the lunar perk. Force triggers item slot 6 one time for every 7 rounds you pass. All right, let's just grab this right now. It's nice to get early. I know we don't have slot 6 open yet, but we will. We will. Just trust me, we will. Okay, nice. We have some really big pegs towards the bottom. Dude, this King Baby is crazy, dude. Look at our score! 11x. Okay, next time we go to the mart, we're really gonna rip this this run apart, which is cool. Oh, that seemed unnecessary. Why you gotta do me like that, man? Get down to those 2000s. Oh, the 2000s are everywhere. Everywhere's a 2000. Oh, it's gonna be a huge round. Unless we die soon. We might die soon. Oh no, the bottom one got replaced by the big one. All right, the pogs are rich right now. The pogs are rich. Okay. Keep moving. We just want it. The longer Nubby stays alive, the better we are right now. Like, not very much else matters. Okay, so we're at 40, or we're at 49. So we're gonna expand the items. So we pay 15, 5 per, and then we get access to the Nubby Cafe, which can find us other things, and it's really nice, especially if you have a lot of extra money. So for instance, you find hot dogs. So you pay 3, but you get 1 coin for each remaining life. So this will just give us 2 coins for free. Kidney bean gets a random rare food item, which could be really strong. Randomize your inventory. Good joke. And we'll take an extra reroll in the shop. And we'll think about what to do here. We know we want to fill out the shop first. I think we could take a kazoo. I think we could take a Jax. Flaming Skull causes like big explosions that try and pop all pegs. But it's only like a 10% chance. It's really nice if you can like force trigger this a bunch, but I'm not huge on it. Let's take a roll. We got 2 hits here. So we definitely want another Happy Seal. And then we might want to take a Dancing Dino because we kind of have like a pegs halved setup going here. But we obviously can't afford it now. So let's prove our Happy Seal, which will double our chances for Tardigrade to go. Tardigrade. That can't be how you say his name. And then we definitely want Tardigrade. You know what the Tardigrade is? I know what the Tardigrade is. The Tardigrade is that dang, it's like the unkillable thing. Strawberries are also interesting. You gain 1 cold for every strawberry. So this one will give me 1. But then every subsequent one will give me 1 more. So eventually the strawberry will be another way that we can get money from the shop. So we should be way stronger right now. Which is cool. We love being way stronger. Yes, we do, folks. It does suck when the jack comes and pops the peg that Nubby's hanging out underneath. Yeah, that was bad. This is another really bad setup, but holy cow, okay. Game's starting to get me nervous, but oh my gosh, we're on 2 lives? What is going on here? Don't worry, we'll get like a 10x and then everything will be like, oh, what were we worried about? Well, I hope so. I sure hope so. Now I'm starting to consider if I'm the crazy one. Nah, see. I told you. Because whenever you get restocks, you get lives back. So if you go a long time without getting restocks, you could start getting in some trouble for dying. Okay, another loot item. I think we take another lunar perk. What do we go with the lunar perk on right now? I guess Jax is fine for the moment because we're like doubling stuff and we have nothing else to hit it. It doesn't really do too much, right? Ah, dude, don't drop like that. What the heck? We're getting some really look at these bounces, dude. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. He says keeps and continues shooting it the exact same way. Okay, well at least we cleared there. That was a little scary. All right, we want to fill out our board. Let's finish this out. Actually, let's pop in the cafe really fast. So let's eat our food. Then we have a kebab perk. A kebab perk's really good. Kebab perk kind of does a similar thing to what the lunar does right now. Can we afford the kebab perk? Not just yet. We'd have to sell to get the kebab perk. I think finger puppet we can say some 07s to at this point. So we could start getting kebab perks going. Kebab perk gives you a 50% chance to force trigger the rightmost item when Nubby dies. So it just like if you stack a bunch of them, it just gives basically what like our lunar does. But even better as a matter of fact. All right, we're rolling here. So basically, we're trying to get pegs smacked. We're trying to get pegs doubled. We're trying to randomly generate them. Kazoo will also randomly double pegs. And then we're hoping that King Baby gets us some really nice pegs for us to pop once that all goes down. Don't go on the right side, man. Okay. Look, I'm getting some real bad bounces off the side. It happens sometimes with this game. Okay, we're not accelerating really fast, which is scary. I was really hoping once we get the Ronde thing opened up. Okay, there we go. It just takes getting lucky with a couple of the doubles because, you know, if you double a peg like 4 times, you're like way past the goal, right? It's all about trying to plan these out. Okay. Okay, back to doing pretty well here. No troubles with lives or anything like that, which is nice. Back to the shop. Only 17 though. I really wish we had gotten some more here. Okay, so Evil Goose peg halved gives points equal to double the number of the lowest peg. That could be good. It's gonna definitely help us now. That's almost surefire that we're gonna want to grab that. E-block is fun too. It kind of like pushes force triggers. So honestly, these two are actually a really good pair to buy at the moment. Chip can reroll the cafe. That's usually when you have a lot of money, so let's just reroll here. Obviously, kebab's great, but I think that we just fill out our board with the evil goose and the E-block. This will pull all force triggers from here to hit the jack. And then now that we get like 4 pegs have triggered, so we should get a big hunk of points right at the beginning, which is cool. Monstrosity makes like a little meteor that floats around, and this like explodes pegs. I think for the moment that we're just kind of holding strong with what we're doing. I keep trying to hit the shift button because I play this on my laptop. When I play it on my laptop, I don't have like I don't have a right click button because I use my thing, so I have to use shift. So every time I shoot, I click the shift button and get confused as to why it doesn't work. Okay, nice. Yeah, as long as we're staying alive, we're doing great here. So all psychic pegs get point equal to their number when any psychic peg is fucked. Okay, so we want big psychic pegs, and we have one, which is cool. Oh my gosh, hit the psychic pegs. Oh my god! So that's what the doubling can do, man. You get the 99x, and now we're set on money, which is, I tell you what, that's a good thing to have. And then right away we lose a life as a joke after getting 100x the score. It kind of has some nice synergy too with King Baby upgrading our lowest peg all the time. All right, so let's take E-block. 10 pegs pop. The lowest peg gives points equal to 10x its number. If you can clear a lot of pegs and only have like a couple big ones, this could be good. A ton of feathers isn't that good. Let's take a reroll, see what we get. None of these are really what we're looking for, so let's hop into the cafe. So we can take strawberry, which gives us coins. We take the kebab perk, and now since we're so flush with money because we exploded like that, we can start eating chips, which will re-roll for free. And essentially, oh, I was missing a life. How embarrassing. Okay, so now that'll work. These give me an extra roll in the main shop. And now I can re-roll it. Get 5 life. Check a rare item. Check an ultra rare item. Take the donut. Acquire the most recently attained perk. Now, often it's going to be the kebab perk, unfortunately, so this isn't all that good always. But I don't think re-rolling the thing does anything, because we don't have any dang money. We don't have any dang money. We have some re-rolls out here. Maybe look for some other stuff. Friendly Rock is terrible after the beginning of the game. Crazy Straw can be fine, but you kind of want it earlier. Let's just re-roll a couple of times. I kind of do want another Happy Seal. If we go really hard on this pegs have thing, so we'll actually freeze you and try and get some more pegs have triggers. So I wonder actually if there's ever a point where we want Happy Seal over here, and then we kind of like salvage the trigger. We don't have really anything that salvages the triggers just yet, but let's see what it looks like. I click the shift button again in case you're wondering. Then when Nubby will die, a bunch of things will get snapped, and then the goose will go off, and maybe that'll give us a bunch of points. I mean, it made a lot of sound, but that didn't seem like it was that many points, so we'll swap back. Maybe if we get stuck with like one really powerful low peg, it can be crazy. So shell shocked after this will break after it's in pop for the first time. Sure, those are all pretty bad. That's fine. Nice little 3x here. Another perk. Shotgun perk, the butt shot perk. If the first peg popped is the highest number peg, force triggers all items in slot 1 and 2 times each. I think that could be really good. So let's put these two here, and then we'll aim for the biggest peg every time. The biggest peg is 133,000, which you can't hit. That's fine. Wow, that's crazy that we don't do anything, and then like our death, all of our kebabs and everything just make everything go nuts. Man, we got so many doubles at the beginning there. What happened? Only 1x there. Okay. I really like the aesthetic of this game. It's kind of like weird millennial core. It's very, very funky. I call like the weird kind of like cursed jelly shapes. Weirdly, I'll bring this up because NL is playing this, so you might be watching NL too. There's a weird thing a long time ago with like jellies in NL. I'll like never forget. It was very funky. Okay, so we can get another super seal. Seems pretty good. We don't have like unlimited money like we did last time. We don't really have anything that takes advantage of these super seals except for things doubling. And the goose. Let's think about it. Let's go to the cafe first. Take our money. I think getting that much money earns us a reroll. Ooh, okay. Tart Lord. Upgrades the rightmost item in your inventory. Delete the leftmost item. I was thinking about getting rid of Jax anyway. To try and maybe go all in on like a doubling setup. So let's double our kazoo. We'll take money. We'll take money. We'll reroll again. We'll take money. We can gamble. We could gamba. But I kind of want to fill out my board. Got the second kazoo anyway. Unfortunate. I wonder if we hold another kazoo. Doubling is just such a powerful thing. I'm scared that I ruined my run by selling my Jax the more that I'm thinking about it. I'm really hoping that that's not the case. I'm really hoping that that's not the case. That will probably be fine. We just need to double some things and we'll be okay. Yeah, we're fine. I don't think the angry goose, the evil goose is that good though. It's just like a little bit too, it doesn't scale enough because it goes off the lowest one. Now, maybe we'll get lucky and the lowest one will be huge, but I feel like you can't really force that. Is the main problem. But because we're doubling things so much, I think we're still just kind of okay to win with the Nubby on the board, little bro. So we probably should have kept Jax, cut evil goose, maybe. Nubby dies. Force trigger all first peg popped items. Yeah. You know, there's an item called a laser pointer that we could get that would really take advantage of all these doublings. That maybe we can try and really find in the shop soon. Okay, that wouldn't seem to go faster. That's cool. Pass around goal. Random peg will emit 3 snot shots that pop any peg they pass through. I think that could be good. Because we're trying to pass the round goal. It's also an okay thing to force trigger. I just don't feel like the evil goose is doing what we need it to. Let's go to the cafe first. Maybe get another one of those crazy things that we want to... I'd rather have another shop reroll. I'm not going to use that yet. Don't quite have the Skrilla for it. But we will take a shish kebab perk. I'm just kind of like a point where, like, if I'm getting rid of you, like, what's the point of doing all the doubling at the end? Neither there might not be. Maybe I have to use the nose at the end. But you're just not working out. Maybe force trigger the nose at the end and we hope that everything is doubled to the point where it's good for us. Don't want anything else. Don't want any of these. This is good early. Can turn into a beautiful butterfly. None of these are really what we're looking for. Okay, so we got a different game plan here. We want you here. Okay. That didn't seem that good. We'll see. It can chain pretty aggressively. It's going fine. What's cool with the snot shots is like they kind of like scale off of each other. So if like you pop enough things, then it'll scale more snot shots because you pass the round goal again. Try and get our buckshot perk off. I think we could do like a crazy... I think we missed. I'm not sure where this lands. I mean, we want something that can take advantage of the doubling a little bit better. We don't really have anything like that. We can also get rid of the E-block. We don't need the E-block. It just allows all of our triggers to get potentially doubled. This 1 out of 3 times when it gets a force trigger and passes it on to the next one, it actually adds an additional force trigger. Let's go back to the shop. And we'll grab all of these. So these will give you somewhere between 1 and 10. So they're basically just like a little gamba. This always gives you the key. And then these guys, they can give you an item. They can give you a perk. I did get a perk. I don't think I want this perk, though. It means that I can't leave slot 1 empty ever, and I'm probably never going to use it, so let's skip. It's kind of like an early game perk where you can get like a free item in slot 1 and then get it force triggered. So like early on where you could just kind of take anything to go off, you're pretty happy with it. And it's a really high roll to get a perk. It's just that perk doesn't actually help us that much. Another kazoo, huh? Another kazoo, you don't say. Let's cut the happy seal for another kazoo. Actually, we do want you to get popped because every time you happen, it's a 1 in 6 chance for that to go off. No reason to game on the last thing there. But again, we just want as many doublings as possible, and we want King Baby to take our big doubled items and copy it, and then the snot shots to explode. Much like what's happening right now. I don't know if you're noticing. But that was a big one. Okay. It's pretty funny when everything just explodes at the end. It's usually how these runs tend to go, it feels. Like you get a bunch of kebab perks and stuff, and then just like a crazy ending happens. Very nice. We're not like exploding and getting like you know, like a crazy score every turn where you're like getting the billions and stuff, but pretty much every round we're staying well above the threshold, which is where you want to be. We should be going to a shop here, I think. Yeah, let's use the Sinister Key. Let's try and get another really powerful item. So Jake the Snake, first peg pop, 1 in 2 chance to double all pegs. I love this item. I love this item. Clay man guy. Every half second, summon 2 clay balls. If a clay ball bounces off a wall or a peg, it will count as a Nubby hits wall trigger. Clay balls die after 2 hits. That's a lot of going on there. Toy fish, 2 random pegs will copy the number of the first peg popped. Like, that is some level of setup. So Jake the Snake used to be a regular item that was one of the most broken in the game because you could double all pegs. As a corrupted item, it can't be force triggered, which is really what was good about it. So I think for right now, the King Baby just clears. Let's see what else we can find here. Mannequin Hag, first peg pop, reduce round goal by 30%. Halves all pegs. Now that is what we're looking for, ladies and gentlemen. So you're going to have all pegs, which will trigger you 1,000,000 times to redouble them, but then also give us a -30. And then if you find something that goes crazy when the pegs are popped, oh man, we're going to the moon. I think we get rid of E-block at this point. What's actually cool about getting rid of E-block is that we can now have it so that both of these get triggered. So things will get doubled and things will pop at the same time. We'll get Mannequin Head in the room here. So we don't, because the buckshot perk, we probably want the kazoo over here. Okay. So this is probably going to make us way stronger, but we'll see. That wasn't a crazy start, but we also didn't go anywhere. Okay, this guy is fricked. Okay, he will steal your shit if you pop his peg. So we're gonna try not to do that. We're gonna avoid him at all costs. Please don't hit him 1,000,000 times. Thank you. Okay, we don't seem stronger, but we also don't have a great way to deal with peg have triggers. Springboard, 5% chance to force trigger the item in slot 5. Because these items can't be force triggered, you never want them in any slot that will get force triggered. We'll pop over here. Okay, hit the big peg. That's what we're looking for. I don't know why the music got so much louder. The game goes to round 80, by the way, in case you're wondering. The music gets so much more ethereal at this level. The Sun Temple. It's because we're trying to keep the sun from exploding. Pretty good round. A super score even. Let's roll. Generally want to get that the buckshot perk every chance we get. All right, this is getting kind of awesome. We're starting to make something really happen here. Doubling is really the name of the game with Nubby, I would say. None of these really spark joy. None of these really spark joy. Let's check out the cafe. Money me, roll me. Money me, roll me. Okay. 2 more rerolls. It's not a great shop hit, all things considered, but Jax is interesting. Okay, asbestos. 1 peg have. 1 random peg gives plus 20 points. Increase this number by 20 for every time this item has been triggered during this round. Honestly, like, anything with flat numbers just falls off. It just falls off really hard. Okay, now we can get a super angry goose. Are we interested at all in a super angry goose? I think we do. Quadruple the lowest number peg. So it's kind of double as strong. Not sure if this really helps us that much. I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out. We'll see if we ruined our run. I can't tell yet. But when Nubby dies, I can tell you with complete certainty is going to explode the board. He may never die because he's locked in, and all the cards, all the items that are almost popped, they turn into like 2 million. I still don't think Angry Goose is helping. If I could be so frank with you. Also, I feel like the music is a little aggressive. But it kind of gets you in the mood, you know? Special round, don't touch me. The first time this popped, the other pegs will be doubled or halved. Oh, cool. Either one is good for us. Very nice. We stock 27. We actually lost a round. That hasn't happened in a while. I still don't think the evil goose is good, man. I know I've said this a million times. Force trigger the item in slot 7. 1 time for every 10 food items you've consumed. That's great. Because we've eaten a lot of food. So that means we'll get a bunch more peg halves popped. Triggers at the beginning. Which didn't seem to do very much. Okay, we do want to get to you. Alright, Evil Goose, you're trash. Lobster Claw. Every 3 seconds, every item in your inventory gives points equal to a random peg's number. It's kind of just like what Evil Goose does, except worse, I think. I might be wrong. Okay, gain money, rare food. Croissant. High spec pop, percent chance to force the item in slot 3. Cool. Another force trigger. We're kind of out of spots for force triggering. Money, reroll. do you do? I don't want to mimic Chip. I want to mimic this, maybe. Okay, I can pop an item to... Let's do this with the regular to Randy. I'm not saying that right at all, by the way. Can get a second Tart Lord activation. I don't have anything else to double. I love the sound when you try and reroll. We do need something in the board, so let's just take Lobster Claw. We could take another freaking seal, man. I don't think we need another freaking seal. Just take a Lobster Claw, that's fine. Lobster Claw can sometimes give you like a shit ton of points. Like that. much like that. Because if he hits one of like the multi-million ones, he just kind of explodes. Now, do I think I should be force triggering him? Kind of. I kind of feel like I should maybe be force triggering him. I have no idea why that happened. I'm not going to lie to you. I can sit here and pretend like I know that that one happened and all the other times that it didn't. I don't think it was because of where I put the Lobster Claw. I'm pretty sure about that. But I'm happy about it. I'm happy when the numbers goes up and the sounds go crazy. Call me simple. So I think, in my opinion, the best way to play Nubby is to just really focus on doubling. Like, doubling is everything in this game. Everything just falls... It falls victim to being just simply worse than doubling almost all the time. Croissant? Take another croissant perk. Just gobbling up our food. No, I'm not gonna kill anything because I don't know what's making our run work that well. So we'll just move on. If I knew what was working for a run, I would do that. But I tell you what, I don't. And sorry if I'm just eating. It looks like I'm just munching food haphazardly. I kind of am, if I'm being honest with you. But there's a bit of a method to my madness. I probably should have saved some money. Okay, the squid is crazy. I really wish I hadn't just spent all my money for no reason. Because the squid copies an item and it can copy a corrupted item. What's triggering Force 3? Highest peg popped. Yeah, I think I want you there then. I feel like we're popping the highest peg pretty often. Okay, we're at 77. The game ends at 80, so we're very close to the end game here. And I think we're not going to have too much trouble finishing this out. This wasn't one of the crazy ones where you can get to like, you know, I've gotten to like septillions, quadrillions. You basically get it to the point where it's just doubling to the point where like you can just never die. And that's always a nice position to be in, but we're not quite there yet. Okay, Lobster Claw, get out of here. You go over here, you go here, you go here. You go here. You go here. Now we'll have 2 king babies. And hopefully they don't trigger on top of each other, because that would be bad. Actually, I don't even know if that would be that bad. Croissant? Now I have a corrupted item in slot 3 and it doesn't matter. Maybe it can. I don't know. Shish kebab. Take the free reroll instead of the $11 one. Take some money. We'll double it. Let's go. Another croissant. Okay. That's pretty good. Okay, we get the final round here. Who's our boss? It's Tony. So Tony's gonna shoot lasers and turn things to 1. Not gonna matter, Tony. Eat that. He washed me? He rinsed me? Okay, hold up. Yeah, that's what I thought, Tony. That's what I thought, Tony. Well, another one of the books. Thank you so much for watching Nubby's Number Factory. I hope you enjoyed a little something different. Like I said, this channel's going to have a bunch of things. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more in the future, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for being here. Goodbye now. Goodbye, the end. Get out of here, you rascal.